any particular zone or probably the country जो बहुत ज़्यादा emphasis करती है on sustainability?
If today I'll talk about, Dubai is plastic free country.
Dubai.
Yes.
Okay.
It's recyclable, biodegradable, and it's plastic free.
100%.
Yes.
I am really intrigued to know how did you landed into this field of e-commerce?
If you happen to see Shark Tank, I'm proudly saying this. If you happen to see Shark Tank, 98% of the founders are already the part of the community.
अगर हम अपना यहाँ से कुछ सामान भेजते हैं तो हाउ टू इंश्योर कि वो सही सलामत पहुँच रहा है, ख़राब नहीं हो रहा या टूट नहीं रहा, लाइक इट इज़ नॉट मिस हैंडल.
एक्सपोर्ट का मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि वहाँ की लॉजिस्टिक कंपनी मैजिक होती है और कुछ भी खराब नहीं होगा या वेयर एंड टेयर नहीं होगा.
Hi everyone, my name is Shweta Bajaj and I welcome you all to Planetaave. Today we have with us a very special guest, Ms. Shruti Agarwal, who is the founder of Export Circle and Export Connect. So come, let's have a chat with her and ask her what exactly she is doing in the field of e-commerce. Hi
Pleasure.
Shruti, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So can you tell our audience what is e-commerce all about and how your community is helping people to expand in the international market?
My e-commerce journey had actually started in 2016 when I joined eBay. And that's where I saw that, there's so much opportunities available, but given eBay, because it was majorly a trader, buyer-seller platform, I was still confused how people who are building brands in India can get the advantage of it or see the opportunities there. When 2 years back we started Go Global, that's where I saw that when you're talking to any brands, there are similar questions that they have, and the basic understanding of export, I believe that knowledge itself was lacking. Given I have built communities in the past and I have seen how building a community can accelerate the entire domain in itself. With that thought, I started Export Circle. We have some 330 folks members already in it, and touchwood, the community is growing very organically, and the discussions and everything is also happening at a very organic level.
All right. So इंडिया में जो स्मॉल बिजनेस ओनर्स हैं जिनको इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में एक्सपैंड करना है, सो उनको अगर किसी को ज़्यादा नॉलेज नहीं है, नॉट एवरी वन इज़ वेल इक्विप्ड विद नॉलेज अबाउट हाउ टू एक्सपैंड इन द इंटरनेशनल मार्केट, इम्पोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट, तो उनको एक दे लैक कॉन्फिडेंस कि कहाँ से फर्स्ट स्टेप लें. So for all those people, what would you suggest जिन्होंने एकदम स्क्रैच से स्टार्ट करना है, जिन्होंने अभी तक इंटरनेशनल मार्केट एक्सप्लोर ही नहीं किया?
So, see, the thing that we are trying to create is very different what export used to be. It's not the first time we're talking about exports. I think um, overall GDP of India contributes 45% of import export in today's world.
Okay.
So it's that prominent. The only part that we're doing is the new age exports that I say, which is e-commerce side of it.
Okay.
पहले से ही बाटर जिसको हम कहते थे पहले, उसके बाद ट्रेडिंग आई, हम लोग रॉ मटेरियल्स वगैरह या फिर एक एंड प्रोडक्ट जो कि वह वाइट लेबल हो रहा है, कोई और ब्रांड बना रहा है, वो ऑलरेडी चल रहा था एक्सपोर्ट में. एंड India used to ship containers to the different countries, right? So those kind of tradings are already there. What happens today is, given people understand consumer behavior, and India has been known as a market for manufacturers. We had so many manufacturers available, but today we can see that we are a country for brands.
Yeah.
I think every month there are new brands coming in,
up,
and
yes.
they all are growing.
Especially after COVID, तो
Yes.
बहुत ज़्यादा यहाँ पे
Yes.
new entrepreneurs are there and they are
Yes.
expanding like anything, क्योंकि अब social media के through इतना ज़्यादा visibility हो
Yes.
जाता है that they are expanding.
So the idea is, since these founders are very very smart, they know क्या बिकता है, क्या नहीं, consumer को क्या पसंद है या नया market कैसे बनाना है, right? It's a similar situation in international market.
Okay.
It was different because we were doing B2B. हम यहाँ से एक एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट वहाँ पे एक्सपोर्टर को भेज रहे हैं, या
हाँ।
फिर किसी का वहाँ फैक्ट्री है जो कि रॉ मटेरियल ले रहा है, हम पहले वो ट्रेड करते थे. बट टुडे वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट products which can reach to end consumer. So we are talking about e-commerce, we are talking about direct to consumer,
B2C.
direct to consumer, D2C. So it's like that is a complete different algorithm. You have to understand how customer behave in each region, what is the climatic conditions there,
Okay.
what is in trend, whether customers are mobile पे ज़्यादा है या
हाँ.
फिर influencers के through ज़्यादा है.
अच्छा.
So you need to have those understandings.
So suppose if I have 50 products of my brand, so all 50 will not work in any
No,
particular area.
no.
Only few will be, super hit, best
Yeah,
sellers.
yeah.
तो उसी को ही उस एरिया में एक्सपोर्ट
So
करने का फायदा है.
what we suggest is, if you have particular sort of products and you are already on Amazon, again what we are trying to do is we are also telling them that there's a world apart from Amazon and Walmart as well. There
Okay.
are local communities available, right? Indian communities है हर
हाँ.
countries में,
हम्म.
different communities है, offline है, online है. We just want them to get the awareness of all these markets,
एक्सप्लोर
and
करना है
हाँ,
थोड़ा.
and according to their journey they can pick.
So is there any help or any provision by the government given to the people who want to expand their business globally?
Actually there are many, and government encourages you to do exports, if you ask me.
Okay.
There are government associations who keep training you, who keep, there are so many grants available. There's a
Okay.
drawback as well. When you do exports, you
हाँ.
get certain level of there's a percentage defined on each category which you get from government as well. There are subsidiaries available. So
Okay.
these are the things that you get. I believe India has huge natural resources plus GI tagged products, right? Now the only thing is we have to ensure that we are routing through direct channels, and it is also resulting into the growth side of it. पहले क्या होता था, B2B बायर होता था, खरीद लिया, वो प्रोडक्ट कहाँ जा रहा है, कैसे जा रहा है, वो पता नहीं चलता था. और वो सिर्फ एक्सपोर्ट नहीं था, वो इंडिया में भी ये प्रॉब्लम था.
अच्छा.
बिकॉज वो मैन्युफैक्चरर तो इंडिया को भी दे रहा है, इंटरनेशनल सप्लाई भी कर रहा है,
Right.
राइट? बट नाउ टुडे वी हैव ब्रांड्स who understand customer behavior, who understand demographic, कि कौन से region से कौन कितना product buy कर रहा है, right? It's a similar situation which can be built for international market as well. The only thing is, I mean, obviously there are multiple factors which you need to consider, which is compliances, what are the regulations, what are the legalities. There's an important factor of FIRC, which is Foreign Inward Remittance Clearance, under which it's a regulation under RBI. So if you're doing some trading and the product has been gone out in any country, the remittance of that particular thing should be done in 180 days.
Okay.
And
if it's not done, then
it's not done, then you
somewhat
have to
reason.
put some you have to send an application to extend that. But you have to ensure, if you're sending the product, you have to, there are ways, of course, but then you have to justify the government that what happened to that transaction. The very first thing that I say, there are different compliances which countries has. We should not think compliances as an enemy. In fact, we should think compliances as a friend.
Okay.
For example, if it is UK, and UK has lot of compliances, especially in FMCG category or beauty care. They want organic products, they want cruelty free products, they want non dairy products. Why it is required? So the moment you understand the why, it becomes easy for you to implement that then.
In fact, if we actually use products from those countries, so this is the reason we use, that they are all cruelty free, they have less number of chemicals as compared to the products that we get here. So this is the reason that even we prefer using the products that we are. So यहाँ से भी जो जाएगा, वो पैरामीटर्स एटलीस्ट क्लियर होने
So,
चाहिए.
export in some way is also helping us into getting the sustainable life, and which comes under SDGs, livelihood and sustainability, and obviously the livelihood.
Any particular zone or probably the country जो बहुत ज़्यादा emphasis करती है on sustainability, like in India तो बहुत बारी plastic ban होता है और ये सब, but because we are such a huge number, वो ज़्यादा time तक चलता नहीं है ban, and then it is eventually uplifted. फिर कुछ समय बाद होता है कि poly bags ban हो गए या use of plastic ban हो गया, but in such a huge number इतना successful होता नहीं है.
We have a mandate from UN that by 2030
Okay.
there are SDGs goal, and we have to live
Yeah.
by that, right? We have to at least achieve I think it was 80 to 85% or 90%. I'm just not sure the number percentage right now, but that is the level we have to achieve. If today I'll talk about, Dubai is a plastic free country.
Dubai.
Yes.
Okay.
It's recyclable, biodegradable, and it's plastic free.
100%.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And in fact, there's so many manufacturers who have built those units because the country is like that now. There's there's Japan, in fact, who is going into that direction,
Okay.
though they use a lot of plastic. There is UK, who is focusing on that, which is a sustainability and organic products.
But they're still focusing. Dubai
Yes.
is like comparatively they're
Yes.
already there.
Yes, yes.
All right.
And India will be, I believe. See, the only challenge in India is when we talk about biodegradable products or sustainable products, it comes at a higher price.
Higher price, right?
Even if you see a dustbin bag,
Huh.
it is 4x, 5x what the normal poly bag is, right?
Huh.
And again, it's a supply and demand problem, right? The demand is high, the supply is low. So that's why. The moment we will achieve that, I think we will be there.
हाँ. एक ये बहुत उनका रहता है कि अगर हम अपना यहाँ से कुछ सामान भेजते हैं तो हाउ टू इंश्योर कि वो सही सलामत पहुँच रहा है, ख़राब नहीं हो रहा या टूट नहीं रहा, लाइक इट इज़ नॉट मिस हैंडल्ड, क्योंकि कई बार बहुत रिटर्न्स आते हैं एंड देन उसका भी बिजनेस ओनर हैज़ टू पे इवेंचुअली, तो इतना कमाया नहीं जितना, या तो शिपिंग में ख़राब हो गया या रिटर्न्स आ गए, वो कैसे हैंडल करें?
सी, आप चाहे इंडिया में करो या बाहर करो, राइट, बिजनेस में ये सब प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं. टूट गया, रिटर्न हो रहा है, ये सब किसी भी बिजनेस में रहेगा. एक्सपोर्ट का मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि वहाँ की लॉजिस्टिक कंपनी मैजिक होती है और कुछ भी खराब नहीं होगा या वेयर एंड टेयर नहीं होगा. वो होता है, बट आप कहीं ना कहीं उसकी कॉस्टिंग अपने बिजनेस में इनबिल्ड करके रखते हो. So, for example, when we try to help people with their costing and pricing and everything, we also ensure that 20% to 30% should be the part of your returns.
Okay.
Or the damage of the product. So, आप pricing उसी हिसाब से बनाते हो.
What are the measures which help us to find out the effectiveness of our e-commerce strategies?
The effectiveness is you always have to be innovative to see what's working, what's not. There's not a particular strategy which works for all. Obviously, for some influencers will work, for some different kind of strategy will work. Obviously, people like to hear brand stories around it. So if you have a proper brand story which affects people's life, then that's something which is there. And I've been telling this to people from 2007, 2008, that when people are opening your product, the experience that they get is something that you really have to work on it. And that's something you should focus on it, because
So since we are talking about your experience, I am really intrigued to know, how did you landed into this field of e-commerce? How did it all start? And
Very simple. I've started my career as a graphic designer, was helping my dad, and that's how I've learned. I've done a barter with Arena Multimedia that time. So I used to teach DTP, which is desktop publishing,
hmm,
which includes CorelDRAW and all that.
hmm.
And they used to teach me the filmmaking and animation overall. So 3 साल का कोर्स मैंने 1 साल में किया था और मैं वहाँ पे फैकल्टी भी थी.
अच्छा.
That's how I did my course. So, I started as a graphic designer. We used to design North American books, again, elementary schools. Amazing work. I think I can never forget those days.
फिर ये शिफ्ट कैसे हुआ?
I shifted to this company called Marjack from Pune to Hyderabad, and that's where my manage. So my one of my co-founder wanted some account manager to manage the accounts and everything, and Marjack is what that time what Shopify is today. We used to build websites and all that, and. Uh, my manager just pushed me and said, I also told him I've come from this domain and all that. कहता domain कुछ काम नहीं करता. If you really want to grow in your life, just keep learning. And I think that struck to my mind, and that's where my e-commerce journey literally started. And when I
तो वो एक
started,
ट्रांजिशन फेज वहाँ था.
हाँ.
ठीक
And
है.
when I started, I literally didn't know the CTA, call to action, and all this. But today, I think I know all the jargons of e-commerce, right? So I think that's got stuck in me somewhere, and I keep learning wherever I'm going. And even today, so export is so huge. It's a long ocean, and now in order to understand that, also you have to keep your eyes open, you have to keep your brain open to learn more things, how much you can consume.
Hmm.
So that's something
Any
I
community you joined? कुछ in the past, have you worked with any community
so I have
which was a
built
learning experience?
I have built a community called D2C Insider. It is one of the largest, India's largest D2C community in that space.
अच्छा.
And we were ahead of the game. So today you see a lot of D2C brands and D2C channels and a lot of D2C domains creating events and all that. I think we were very first. We started like 5-6 years back, and it was all pro bono. So I was working also, and I was building this community as well. I think today we have some 8,000 founders there. If you happen to see Shark Tank, I'm proudly saying this. If you
हाँ.
happen to see Shark Tank,
Mm-hmm.
98% of the founders are already the part of the community. Most of the
Oh.
sharks were the early members of the community, and they helped us to build this.
Also, please tell us something about your community, Export Circle and Export Connect. What is it all about, and how is this helping people?
We have created the entire ecosystem. We've understood from the community only and the requirements sort of, and we're building the complete ecosystem. So Export Circle is something that is open for awareness. So anyone who wants to learn about exports, they can come join. The community is open for all. Simply go to the website, registration में thank you page जो आता है उसमें WhatsApp link है to join. Now the second thing is, when the awareness is done and little bit about exports and you're intrigued how you can start,
Huh.
that's where we have created Export Connect.
Okay.
So it's an accelerator program which will help you understand each channel. So there are 6 to 7 domains which you need to understand, subjects I would say,
Alright.
जिसमें compliances आता है, marketplace आता है, marketing आता है, remittance आता है. So we're just including these things and ensuring first of all you have a deep understanding of each knowledge,
Okay.
so that you can take the cautious choice and then put cautious decision. There are different partners which are authentic partners I would say,
Acha.
and which the team will connect with you based on your requirement. So it's a custom tailored kind of a
Program.
reference that we will do. The idea of this program especially is we kept the price low so that anyone can think of doing it, they can do it. It's hardly of 20K, which is nothing, right?
Nothing, right.
And the idea is, the focus for us is, can we see some success stories coming out from this cohort, right? So
Yeah.
we will also keep a
That gives
keen.
you a very satisfying feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe, within 6 months, can we see these brands growing now?
Huh.
Because they've already launched in those
Hmm.
marketplaces, right? That's one. Now, when you see that you're growing in the different countries, you find people to look for. You obviously look for people who can help you with offline distribution.
Hmm.
So, Export Bridge is something that we're launching in November, not now, but then we are starting with Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and South Africa. So
Okay.
these are the emerging markets, and Saudi Arabia is one of the largest market in terms of consumable products.
Okay.
So that is another market that we are tapping in.
Hmm.
I think everything will be sorted by November, and we should start. We already have our company in Dubai now. We have our own
That's
warehouse,
very good.
and we have our own network. So the brands will also get the opportunity to place their products in with offline retailers there. That's another thing that we're doing.
That's really great to know about. In fact, I'm sure it'll help a lot of our audience,
Yes.
especially the small business owners who are really looking to expand. So it was really an informative session with you today, Shruti.
Thank
I
you.
personally have learned a lot since I had no knowledge in this field. And thank you for being with us today. We really had a good chat with you.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for being with us today. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Keep spreading love. See you in the next episode.